Hello everyone. Again. um so yeah, this is the new thing that I'm gonna do. The thing on the screen now. And others. I'm gonna start fresh in Dark Souls, and then Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 down the line. I'm going to rank every boss in the series for no real reason whatsoever other than that sounds like fun. Yeah, I have my little list right here. Obviously it's not going to have anything on it right now. Also, I have to find it. Jesus, there's a lot of shit in this. There we go. My very professional Excel spreadsheet that I have set up specifically for this purpose. So yeah, I would prefer to play with the controller, but due to USB considerations that I did not previously consider. Oh yeah, I totally have to... I didn't change this shit on Twitch either, did I? This is still gonna say Half-Life. I should probably change that. Yeah, because of USB slot number considerations that I did not previously consider, I'm gonna have to use the keyboard for now. I think later on I might be able to work it out that I could just not have my speakers plugged in, but that's not something I can sort out right now. I just have to figure out quickly how to change. Oh, I still got the thing up. Yeah, it was supposed to. There. That spreadsheet. That one. Up there. Apologies. I just need to make some quick changes to this. There we go. Hopefully that info should be correct on Twitch now. And yeah, we're gonna start fresh because God only knows. That's how we're gonna do it. My thinking was I'm going to pick a type of weapon, possibly secondary weapon, and just stick to it and compare everything with that one weapon type. Just to make everything balanced as though anyone really cares. I also have to remember what all the keyboard controls are until I can work something out with my PC. I also have not tinkered with the audio in this at all, so let me know if it's too quiet or too loud or anything. I'm still thinking spears. I think I still want to stick to spears. Just because I haven't really used spears that much, and also that sounds like could be interesting. It's that or curved swords, and that doesn't sound that cool. I could always use gimmick stuff, but I've done that before. It's not necessarily that fun. So I should probably go something with decent dexterity. Wanderer, maybe? I'm trying to figure out what I worked out in that Discord that one time. I think I was gonna use sorceries as a secondary option. I don't know. Can Persil Strata remember what I said I was gonna do? Because I've forgotten. Let's start with Wanderer though. That seems like a decent way to go. I would normally go with Master Key because I like the way that that can break the sequence of this game in particular, Dark Souls 1. But since we'll probably be going through everything in normal rate anyway, and there's no specific items that I want to go rush for from the start, I think we can skip it. The only other one of these that's that useful is probably Black Firebomb, because then you can kill the thing when you first bump into it. Except I shouldn't do that, should I? For proper rating purposes, we won't use the firebombs. Didn't you used to be able to take the doll in that you need to get into the painted world? Did they take that out of the remaster? Doesn't matter. Let's take that. Let's pretend that I have a slim character. Let's go with that, I guess. The hair options leave something to be desired in this first one. Let's go with that, sure, why not? No, never mind, I've already decided against that. Let's go ponytail A. I'm going to return to it later because Bugger fighting it up front without the firebombs. Let's go... Fuck it, let's just go purple. I like me some purple hair. No one starts with a spear, do they? None of the classes. It's all swords and axes and daggers in a couple of those options. A couple of maces. Yeah, let's go Wanderer. Customize? I don't think this was before the remaster. I didn't even notice the option, honestly. Same, different. Young old. Actually, maybe it wasn't there. Why can I not even... No, you have to use the keyboard for that. Whoa. It's just sort of... Why is there a customize in the customize option? I don't think I want to spend too much time in this. I just didn't even know these options existed. There we go. I don't think I really need to spend too much time on this. Let's go with that.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog.
I might have something offhand for parrying. Maybe. We'll see.
And everlasting dragons.
I haven't actually watched this in a good long time.
But then there was fire. And
I don't think it's that long, is it?
Came disparity. Heat.
I reserve the right to get bored. It's not like there's anything...
And death. And of course, light.
Anything of vital necessity here.
Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead.
That mean the first dead person? Because that's weird.
The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenge the
It's
dragons.
weird to consider this in comparison with all the other shit that came later in the games.
Mighty lords,
Like, how much of this is
their stone scales,
relevant to 2 and 3?
witches weaved great
Because it sure doesn't mention it a whole lot.
Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more.
It doesn't really go into what Seath did.
Thus
Betrayed them, sure, but how?
age of
In what
fire.
way?
But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign.
I seen that lady who was just in the cutscene then isn't actually someone you ever bump into because she didn't look familiar.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north.
Didn't do a very good job of it, did they? Considering how many are all over Lordran.
Locked away to await the end of the world. This
Why am I the only one wearing armor? Thanks, Oscar. Does anyone know that character's name is Oscar? Why do I know that character's name is Oscar? I don't think it's ever mentioned. Maybe it mentions in some items you get from him. Gonna take some getting used to not using a controller. Hopefully I won't have to do it like this for too long. Screw you in particular. Right click is your offhand. Shift click is your strong attacks. I remember now. Targeting far less useful with a keyboard, I gotta admit. Yes, shift click. Look, I didn't make this game. Much point at the bonfires at this point. Right. See, I think I've got to also try and resist the urge to just blaze through every area because I've played this game enough times and I know where everything is and all that. I smell the roses somewhat. There's the first thing we have to rate. But not yet, because, you know, this would take a while. Yeah, I know you want me to blaze away, Pems. How loud is that siren coming through, just out of curiosity? Can you all hear that clearly? No? Can you hear it at all? There's a shield, which I guess I'll equip for now. I'm not gonna use shields. That's my promise to you. At least very sparingly if I do. Yes, open menu, guard. Yes, I remember. I pressed shift to run, which is most every other game. Scimitar. Which I don't intend to use for long. Oh, camera did not like that one. I suppose I should get used to that as well. I don't remember, did you use shields that much in the games we did, Strider? I've forgotten. Just save me running. I'm gonna maybe avoid traps that I know are coming, like that one. Because, bugger that.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness.
I always thought the speech was very quiet in these games.
Then lose my sanity.
I might have to turn the volume up a little bit anyway, just to...
Hear me out, will you?
Like, I can barely hear that, but I can hear everything else alright.
Regrettably, I have
Luckily, it gives the subtitles. Subtitles are good.
keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. And thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know.
I always thought this didn't make a whole lot of sense. He just gets sent on Oscar's bullshit.
Here, take this.
Why? I don't know. You don't know. Who cares, honestly?
Oh, and this. Now I would hate to harm you off, and thank you.
So, let's bump that volume up a bit. I assume I can. Options. Let's knock this up to 6. Bump voice up a little higher. It's been a while since I've played this, but also I was playing Monster Hunter yesterday and I tried to do this gesture, which amused me. I did not use the lock-on pretty much at all the first time I played, and I don't know how the hell I did it. Okay. That's right, that's parry. I should get used to this. It's not completely terrible. That's about the best I can give you, Strider. It's probably just the two-hand again. F. I feel like the Asylum Demon is appropriately easy for a first boss. Like, you can't completely ignore your life, otherwise you'll die. But also it does pretty low damage, all things considered. And goes down pretty easily. It's just dangerous enough to serve well as a tutorial boss. How about that? And there we go, we have at least one thing in the ranking by now. Gives you the key so you can bugger off. But then I can pop this up, and it's pretty obvious where it's going because we've only fought one. There we go, Asylum Demon is scientifically the best boss in the entire Dark Souls series so far. That's just science. The list is probably going to get slightly more interesting when there's something to compare against. When did Dark Souls originally come out? Was that like... I actually have no idea. Would that have been around 2010? $2012?
Only.
Granted, this is the remastered version,
legends,
because why wouldn't you do the remastered version?
That one day an undead shall be chosen.
No, it looks alright.
To leave the undead
Penguin Boy, you are
asylum
not allowed to say
in
that every time there's a
pilgrimage
cutscene.
to the land of the ancient lords.
You're right, Abby. It's a big bird.
Lordran.
I never quite understood the bird's motives either. Why does the bird take you places? I don't know. It doesn't bother explaining that. I'm sorry to say the bird doesn't play a huge role from this point onwards, Zerby. Okay. I even remember how Dark Souls 1 works again. Kindle bonfires. You don't have to find the upgradey stuff. You just have to kindle the fires to get more. If you want better Estus flasks, you gotta find the items for that. I'm not gonna say there's no more of the giant bird. It's just not a whole lot. Okay. So because I'm going to be sticking mostly to spears, dexterity is going to be somewhat important. It's probably going to be the main thing that I'm going to go for. That's right, it has the explanations, doesn't it? I mean, purely for Irby's sake, Vitality is basically max health. Attunement is how many spells you can have. Endurance is how much shit you can carry and how much stamina you have. Strength and dexterity are for damage numbers. Resistance is how much damage you take, and is mostly useless. Intelligence is Sorceries, faith is miracles. There you go. Part of that wouldn't have made sense. Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna... I'll... Fuck it, I'll just put it in a dexterity for now. Actually, let's get some life in. Could always use some more life. Is that true, Strider? That's the first time I've heard of that. Look, there's a giant bird, Irby. That should make you happy. Let's talk to this fellow.
Well, what do we have here? You must be.
I like this
a
guy's
new
voice.
arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right?
I have no idea who this
Well,
is,
you're not the first.
but I like his
But
voice.
there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are actually
There's two bells of awakening.
bells of awakening.
Oh, can I
One's
skip
up
this?
above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blood Town. Ring them both.
We'll get to that,
And
Pets.
something
We'll get to it.
Brilliant, right? Not
Like
much
he says,
to go on,
there's-
but I have a feeling that
ring the bells, they'll do something. He doesn't tell you what they do. He probably doesn't know what they do. Why does anyone know what the bells
this
do?
accursed land, the undead. Ah, your favorite.
Yeah, yeah. He tells you about humanity, and that honestly doesn't help a whole lot. Actually, that reminds me. I should... if I have it turned on, I should turn off the password. I don't even know what that is. That's probably fine. Just to make sure that I'm not... Put it this way, if anyone was so inclined to play along and do some multiplayer bullshit against me, I would not stop them. I am not going to go this way very far, but I know there's a spear somewhere down here, and I'm just going to go and pick that up. I'm going to get murdered by this stuff down here, so I'm just going to run along, because it's not a bad thing to do at this point. Useless. Shield. Never mind. I know it's here somewhere. Never mind all these... Oh, I shouldn't be down here. Never mind all these buggers. There's a big sword. And a big skeleton. There's another big skeleton. There's my spear. I knew there was one somewhere. And there's some more useless bullshit. Now I just don't want to die. I think it's pretty likely that someone is going to follow me back. Someone fell off, so that's something. Which I only know because I got some souls out of nowhere. No one followed me. That's nice. I wish I could still play Hollow Knight, but it's not going to happen. I don't have the strength or the dexterity for that. But I only need 3 strength, 1 dexterity. That shouldn't take too long. I think when I first played I had a pretty good idea that the place with the incredibly tough skeletons was probably not the way to go compared to the way to go with these guys who die in like 2 hits. Not that they were much easier at the time. Got this bastard up here chucking shit at you. Pretty good introduction as the type of game that Dark Souls is. quite like parrying stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I also like collecting stuff. Ow, that's pretty uncouth. Throwing a bomb right in someone's face. Must you? The rats are so ugly in this game. Also the size of dogs, so none of it's working in their favour. Oops. I'm still a little clunky with the controls. I tried to parry there and just blocked instead. So I press right click instead of shift and right click. That's Undead Burger is a big chain in the Undead Burg. This first section's a little dull to get back into, but obviously that's because the combat is still pretty generous when you're still getting used to it. Honestly, I could probably use that given how many times I'm pressing the wrong shit. There's enough little nooks and crannies and stuff to find. I've never quite understood why there's a stairway here if it's just boarded off. Whoa, the hell did I just do? How did I do that? How did I do it twice? Oh, that must be the... No? That must be the equivalent of a kick with this sword. I didn't know that was even a thing. They do a pretty good job of teaching you not to sit too close if you're not going to be actively stopping them or blocking or otherwise thwarting their abilities to just slash you. I don't know where things are dying, that I'm getting souls. Not my problem. It makes some effort not to get hit. Let's go and get the bonfire that I know is here somewhere. There's a lot of shields in this early part, not all of them are that useful. And by not all of them, I mean barely any of them. Stop it. I love the useless messages. Like the one right next to the guy who's been shooting at you for a while, saying there's a sniper there. It's not helpful in the slightest. Okay, let's get that dexterity, and that's all I can do at the moment. We'll need to up the strength a bit, and then we can start using a spear for a while. I don't know which one I'm gonna stick to. I'll have to make that decision at some point. But I will at least, if I've got at least one, then I can use that. Ow. I suppose I could use those soul items, couldn't I? I'm so used to just hanging onto them for a rainy day. For no real reason. That's probably not going to be enough, is it? I forget how much what these things give you. So let's just use all of them. Strength, strength, strength. There we go. Bugger off shield. Oh, I guess I'll keep a shield just for parrying purposes. I'll just two-hand. That works. That doesn't. These buggers are annoying at the start. I don't know how to change the lock-on target with a keyboard. No. Mouse, I guess. Which makes sense, that's the... I missed my opening. Don't heal, you piece of shit. That works. And a regular spear, which is better. This or the regular spear. The regular spear has... Skier? Regular spear has slightly more strength scaling, but the wing spear has more straight up attack. But now the wing spear is better. Try cave.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Probably not Strider. Shut up, Pamps. Everyone's evil. The key would be nice, just to get me in some of those doors, but here we are. There's a spear that I probably would have bought if I hadn't just gotten one. Armor I don't need. These things would also be nice, but not really necessary. I guess that's all for now.
Thank you kindly.
Repair powder was considerably less useful in this game because of the way durability works. It's basically a non-issue in this game. This spear does pretty good work against these things. I would also need a humanity up. And I don't really... Do I really want to do that until I have a decent number of the items to do so? Maybe I'll find one, maybe I'll get lucky. And I'll just use it because I have no real interest in interacting with that sort of a thing at the moment. Let's get back to where we were. Now that I've got my stuff. Probably Strata. I'm not saying anyone needs to do that, but they're welcome to if they want to. Walk on, please. These guys don't really know how to handle a spear, do they? Getting distracted by items while people are throwing things in my face. Yeah, but what if you did 250 more? Where are we at? 10:44. I don't know if we're making good time or not, but we'll definitely have at least one more boss on that list before we get out of here. 2 might be a stretch. But I'll see what I can do. Light things on stairs, the spear does not have any verticality. Any verticality. Oh hey, I got a humanity there. That's nice. At the right direction? No, I'm pointing completely the wrong direction when I'd actually point at my screen. It's up that way. That's nice to know. I'm not gonna go down there. Come on. I like how this bugger runs along and stabs you if you're paying too much attention to where the barrel went. I'd definitely like to be able to hit these things. I don't know what armor I'm going to wind up with. I think I might just keep that loose and just go with the flow, see what works. The problem is I'm already trying to mentally figure out whether this boss goes above or below the Asylum team, and actually, honestly, I'm not sure. This might get difficult from the very first choice I have to make. Because fighting it normally can be tough. Fortunately, there is an easy way. Ah. Ah. I suppose I should get used to that, shouldn't I? Unfortunately, this first boss is one of those most annoying slogs to get back to, with some notable exceptions. These bastards are such a pain. You've only got 5 S's to get back with. I'll cheese him next time. I don't... Why would I want to lock onto them? Jesus Christ. That corpse got slung at me. Kinda spooked me for a second. What the hell are you doing here? Gosh. It's those out of the way. I just need to go and get those snipers, then I can do it again and not get myself killed, ideally. I assume these things would be shooting up while you're fighting it if you don't deal with them first. I've never killed them first. I've never not killed them first. You know what I mean. Because a game like this, you always check behind the doors and stuff to make sure you're not missing some shit. There's a big old ladder there, you go up the ladder. Let's do it the other way. I was about to say it always feels so cheap, but that's because it is. It's because it is cheap. But it works. No one can say it doesn't work. Why did... Oh, it didn't work. That's something. I guess I can stab him a few times now then. Yeah, this is a bad area. And I'm doing badly. Can't see a thing, and that means bad stuff. God, lockdown's terrible, isn't it? Fuck. Yeah, I was trying. Let's do it the other way. Which probably won't work either. This is the other way, by the way. Not advisable. That was tense. Let's not do that again. I see you over there. That's right, third time not unlucky. It won't go badly again. The plunging attack will work properly. Come on. I gotta say, in the rankings, the fact that this area fucking sucks to fight this thing in is probably gonna weigh pretty heavily into my decision. There we go. Doesn't actually do that much, does it? Oh god, I'm in a bad spot. I can run. Got that going for me. But will it be enough? No, it won't be enough. Oh, that's good. Time to go. It's because I don't have any throwing knives. Stop it! God damn it. This boss sucks, Strider. It is almost too rough to be the second boss in the game. Basically the first one that isn't a tutorial. You haven't got much stuff. The area sucks because half the time he just knocks you off the ledge. Occasionally he will fall off himself and that's fun. If you're doing it right, you can just plunge attack about 3 or 4 times and he'll die that way. But all in all, I think I enjoy Asylum Demon more. Here we go. I should just drag this down, shouldn't I? Where is it? Go 10 for now. I think I would put it below Asylum. I gotta think about how I did this. Oh, my sheet's moving. Stop it. No, what am I doing? I want a Silent Demon in number 2. I don't want a Taurus Demon. There's a lot of demon bosses in this. There's really not that many in the other games. Asylum, I mean, I would say the very first time you play Asylum Demon is probably, you know, tricky. But, you know, especially if you're getting that plunging attack in, which you should be, it's not that bad. It doesn't take that many hits to kill with whatever weapon they give you to start. But this bastard, he's just not that fun to fight. I think I'm sticking with that. Currently, Asylum Demon remains the best boss in the entire Dark Souls series. And Taurus Demon is the worst, which is where he belongs, frankly. Okay. I should really do it like this so that... There we go. Just add a little bit of flair. I'll start up some grand ritual to bring the list up. Why was I trying to attack those boxes? And hey, I've got two humanity now. So as soon as I get to a bonfire, that'll be there waiting for me. Let's meet our friend.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Soler of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son.
His armor kind of sucks, doesn't he?
Well, you should.
Doesn't
No need
it?
to hide your reaction. I get that
Whatever.
all the time.
I guess Undead Berg is like right on the edge of a pretty whopping cliff, isn't it? I don't remember if there's much down there. I know this boss is this whole wall area. I think Darkroot Basin is somewhere below us. I don't know. It's difficult to figure out exactly where everything is.
So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
I do have a
The
moment.
way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Yes, while I'm trying to passively stab him in the face with my spear.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time
There you go,
itself
Pems.
is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric
I'm going to
wavers,
try and steer
relations
clear of
shift and
summoning,
obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in
but
contact.
maybe I will
What
do
you think?
NPCs
To
where they're
summon one another as
available.
Spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation.
Honestly,
Of course,
half
we
the
are not the only
time
ones
in this
engaged
game in
this,
particular, I
but
just
I am a warrior of the sun.
didn't
Spot my
really
signature
summon people
easily
because I was
by
never hollowed.
brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
Every time you hollow, you just get invaded and killed and...
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so
What the hell are you
closely
talking about, Solaire?
incarnated.
I'm not killing Solaire. Okay. What is this trigger again? Do I need to... You don't ever really get a good look at what's going on there. That's probably a bad place to do that. plus... What do I need? How do you have to go to get more attunement? 12? Could always have that ready for when I eventually get some sorceries going. Equip load and stamina would always be handy, but I think I would prefer to stick to lower weights where I can. Keep my light rolling going. It'd be nice if I could keep doing flips, because I really enjoyed doing flips. That would actually make the game pretty easy. But I'll see what we do when we get to that point. Open some intelligence. A little more dexterity going. Let's go balanced. There we go. And bugger it, let's reverse all. I've got it, I'm bound to lose it eventually. Might as well. See what's around. We'll see if I get murdered. I would like to run across, but that's always so difficult. The dragon doesn't care for it. Do I have anything that would work in this situation? Can I even lock onto that from here? No. No, I can't. That didn't work at all. Come on. Just want it to jump down. Stop it. Now I might be able to get past it. I did not get past it. Oh. That corpse went flying. You know, I have considered whether or not I should put that Hellkite Drake on there. But it's not really a boss, is it? It's tough enough that it could probably be considered one, but it's not one. There's no fog gate, there's no music, there's no... I'm gonna give this another go. Until I run out of throwing knives. Which is imminent. Come on. Oh, came down anyway. That's still doable. That's still doable. Suck it. You know, at some point I might try and kill that thing anyway. And maybe put it on an asterisk in the list. I never have killed that thing. I've never bothered. It's not really worth it. You don't have to go the underneath way, there's just a couple of rats. And a lot further from the bonfire. I suppose I should re-unhollow. I will continue not not disturb in Black Knights, I think. Do walk into these things, don't they? I'm not running in there and getting beaten up. It's weird, there's so many plunging attacks near the start of the game. They don't really do a whole lot with that later on. Oh shit. Damn you, lock on. No, armored pig doesn't count. That's the way. This is also the way. Not a thing. There was an item there. It just fell through the ground. That doesn't normally happen. They don't do much, but they can really mess you up if they get their numbers up. Ow. Gonna have to get used to the fact that the spear doesn't attack super quickly. I got really used to those daggers in 3. It's the same spirit, isn't it, Bebs? Alt. Alt is how I walk. Not that I need to. But I might need to soon. Speak of the devil. These things are pretty rough for this early in the game as well. Could block on you, they'll riposte you if you're not paying attention. Too many walls. Gotta say, it works well in these close quarters. Swords are always bouncing off the walls and being a real pain in the ass. I should go this way first. Make this a bit easier in case the worst happens. Oh, sure, Strata, but also I've played up far too much of this. That saw me, didn't he? Bugger. Is it easy to visually tell my regular attacks from my strong attacks? My strong attacks are the slow ones. A halberd is a halberd. It's not a spear. I'm doing pretty good at They almost got me, those bastards. It's pointy, but also halberds kind of suck in this game. That's my opinion. Who's this? Ashen. Okay. Before we do anything else, we're gonna go on Bonfire Up and have a chat to that guy. You know who I mean.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astora. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
He's just Zeus, isn't he? Let's go ahead and do this as though any of it really needs repairing. The repair system really was kind of dumb in this game, wasn't it? Glad they changed it. Let's see. None of this is really necessary. Pike. I should probably buy a pike just so I can try out as many different spears as possible, see which ones I like. I should probably buy Kestis as well, just for... Is it Kestis or Cestus? Or Castus? I don't know how you pronounce it at all, really. I just always assumed it was Cestus. I won't reinforce anything just yet. I should see all the movesets and see which spears are nice. There we go. Regular attack. Strong attack. Rolly attack. Running attack. Jumpy attack. Is that everything? That's probably everything. Apart from that, I guess. I think the wing spear is more or less the same. This seems shorter. I guess that's something to consider as well. Moveset seems more or less the same. definitely shorter. What about the pike? I don't have the stats for a pike. What do I need for a pike? 24 strength. That's quite high. Is it because it's particularly long? Why is that so high? It's pretty long. What are we looking at in the damage terms? Pretty similar to the winged spear. Guess I'll keep using that for now. And I'll work on getting that strength up. How does it work in this game? You need at least... It gives you half again as much? So for 24 I would need 18? No. 16? 16. I think I've got that right. Which would mean I would need 3 more strength. Something like that anyway. I always found the gargoyles pretty difficult unless you upgraded, unless you spent some time getting souls and Titanite shards and upgrade your weapons a bit. And once you do, they're really easy. But in the interest of time, we'll see if I can get anywhere without doing that. It's the only one I ever felt really needed some solid grinding. Just because it's, you know, it's right at that point in the game where you can upgrade stuff. Oh jeez, there's a lot. Dips, unknown witch, ashen, dragon bro, something, radio demon. Love that band. Shouldn't speak too loudly, that could be a real band for all I know. It really does want me to summon. I didn't go and get the Covenant. I didn't know we could do that twice. This spoke is imposing, but at least this one, not that difficult. No, have you guys already started up things that you're gonna carry on for the rest of the goddamn stream? Strider's gonna ask every single mini boss and larger enemy, does this count as a boss? And Pev's gonna tell me to kill every NPC. I see how it's going. Speaking of Covenant, I suppose I can go down there right now, can't I? There's a thing that takes me right back down there. The Way of White is probably it's probably exactly the Covenant I should be in, actually. Unless I decide I need something specific later on. Really didn't explore around Firelink Shrine at all.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoroland. If not, I prefer to keep... Hello. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance. But I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here,
it's true.
This. No, go ahead.
He gave me a coin, so he's probably alright, right?
Oh my. Oh, I have to... So what if I would that please? Very well.
It doesn't really do a very good job of explaining the Covenant system.
Now let me share.
Especially when the first one you join
Only
is
their ultimate
not
effectiveness
like all the other
will be
ones.
determined by your efforts and your faith.
I'm gonna have to get more drink sooner or later. You sell anything useful? No, I'm not interested in
Come again.
miracles.
Here.
I just didn't know what it was the first time, so I said no because why would I? Here's some fun. I think that's your hint that Petrus isn't what he claims to be, because there's a bunch of chests behind him with all his stuff in it, and also cracked red eye orbs which he used to invade people and kill them. Of course, that's assuming you actually know that you can go there. They streamlined the Covenant stuff well, I think. I mean, over the games. Forget, can you just kill him whenever, just to save what's the name, or does that break something? I should probably look that up, because otherwise I'd like to keep her alive if I could. She's more useful than that bugger will ever be. Oh, that's what I'm worried about. This bugger's always been a pain. You have to fight him on goddamn stairs. He's happy to riposte you if they get the chance. And then there's this piece of shit. Who seems to have not noticed me, which I'm not going to complain about because it means I can get rid of all these buggers without him being a problem. That works, sort of. I'd rather that bugger was dead and not have to deal with him again, even if I have to fight these things. It's gonna be anything that doesn't respawn. That's what this is gonna happen with, isn't it? God, these parrying buggers suck. I'm glad you don't have to fight many of them. I mean, I probably will here because I don't see myself beating the gargoyle in the first go. But you never know, I guess.
still human, are you? Then I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse.
Yeah, but he gives me stuff if I let him out.
Thank you. Yes, sincerely. I am Knight Lautrec of Karim.
Of course I saw it coming.
And I guarantee a reward. Only later.
There's really not much impetus to let that bugger live. I mean, there is now, because he'll probably kill you, but later on. I think all you get, apart from some minor plot stuff, really very minor plot stuff, all you really get out of not killing him early is the shitty armor that one person drops. Which I don't think is actually useful in any real way. There's Solaire. By my own rules, I could summon Solaire, but I should probably try and fight it by myself first, right? Oh, I've got a lot of souls. Tell you what. I rarely use these things. Why not use it now? Is there anything else that I could be using here? It's also that, which I probably should have used while I was down there, but I did not. I don't know if I'll get a chance to use them, but how about we have some firebombs on hand? So what's my weight at? How do I check that? There, I guess. What is it? 51... What's a quarter of 51? 25, 12, a bit under 12, 12 and a half. Well, actually 51 would be 25 and a half. So a quarter would be 12 and 3/4. How much does this shield weigh? Can I get under that? What if I take off my pants? Everything's so heavy apart from this. I do get under it if I take my pants off, but this seems uncouth. I guess I'd take the gloves off. The gloves are like the best part of this set. You won't find better gloves. But also fast rolling seems nice. Let's go with that. It's just inconvenient that every time you bump into a tough enemy, all these walls of fog show up everywhere, preventing you from going anywhere. Not as difficult as the Bellfire gargoyles, I found out. Ooh, that was closer than I meant to go. I'm not locking on because I want a tail. Monster Hunter instincts prevent me from fighting a chop tail off monsterable monster without chopping off a tail. If that made sense, and I'm sure it did. There we go. Oops. pressed the wrong button. Oh, I pressed the wrong button again. It almost worked. This is a problem. Not the fire, not the axe. Shit. I knew I should have thrown a firebomb. Now I've got shit all left. Let's bump up this strength. Doesn't do a whole lot for my damage numbers, but whatever. I wouldn't be able to test out the pack. It's really easy to backstab everything around here, so why wouldn't you? I feel like that's better than I normally do for not upgrading anything. I guess we'll know for sure next time. There's another one that's a bit of a slog. You have to fight through a lot of bullshit to get back there. I feel like 3 didn't do so much of that. That bonfire's pretty close to the bosses most of the time. 2, I don't really remember which way it went. I'd rather fight the mob of hollows than the boulder knight. Granted, some weapons, they're real shits to deal with. The spear's nice because it's got such range, you can just stab them and they'll never be a threat. Who's this? Lady Shade. I wish I knew exactly what threshold the second one came in at. That didn't work. Thought I might be able to get out of that one. God damn it! That was the exact same spot. Like 1 or 2 hits away from being dead. Now I've got no firebomb, so it's gonna be even harder. I guess I've got the regular ones, but they won't be as effective. I might as well use them, I never really did before. Like, there's no spot in the game I ever save them up for, it's just... It's one of these games. You don't use consumables if you don't have to. Let's pick up the items off of them. Could be shards, and you want as many shards as possible this early. Stop healing your garbage. Stop healing your garbage. I could run through here, but I'd rather play it safe. I'm open to summoning Solaire if this seems like it's going to take too long. But I'd probably sooner just go and upgrade everything. And by everything, I mean this. You do a couple of runs around killing all the boulder guys and you get a bunch of shards and souls, and it's usually enough to get you started. Probably grab that, shouldn't I? Alright. Play it cool. You fucking know? At least this bugger doesn't. It's pretty predictable. It's just fire over and over again. Rarely attacks with the bullshit. I'm gonna be pissed off if he kills me. Pretty good, if I may say so myself. I like the area around here. Big old sunbeams over there. You got Sen's bullshit over here. Wonder if you can see the iron golem from here. Probably not. Shame. It's a nice atmosphere. Anyway, let's pop this back up. Okay, I kinda like the Bell Gargoyle fight, really. It can be a real pain at times, but I like the... It's a fairly good balance, I think, for a two-monster fight. And it's good introduction to that sort of thing. I'm gonna pop that above Asylum Demon if you don't mind, because I think that's where it belongs. The Asylum Demon is pretty. It's a little too easy for it to rank too highly. It's just better than Taurus Demon, because Taurus Demon sucks. I should probably throw on, because eventually they're going to get mixed in here. Pop little game descriptors on here, because once they start getting mixed up, it'd be harder to keep track of. Not that it's going to be a problem for a while. Oh, yes, I hope it will get that way, Strider. This is... the science will tell us where these things go. That's... the game probably should be a new column. Then I have to move more than one thing at once. I'll think about that. I should probably reach a decision sooner rather than later while I've still got 3 things on there. But also if it's in its own column, then it'll be way over to the side, and I don't know how long these things actually have to be because I don't know what the longest name of a boss is. I might leave it there for now. Anyway. We're getting right around 12 o'clock, so I'll see what we get done in that time. We've got to go up and ring a bell. That would be even harder, Pebs. No. They would be compared against each other directly. I didn't mean to do that just now. If I'd done it over the edge, I would have been pissed off. Oh, I can level up and test out my pike. Maybe I'll end up liking a pike. Doesn't really indicate what the Bells of Awakening do at this point in the game, do they? Just went up there, go through that hard fight. You've probably died a bunch of times too. Then you go up there and ring a bell, and then very little. You get down here and this bugger's here, but he's not helpful.
Greeting. I am Oswald of Careem, the partner. Thou art a friend. For thee, a warm welcome. Cometh thou to confess?
Why does he stand like this?
For indeed all sin is my domain.
What am I sorting the list in? I just have this in Excel because I thought that would be the easiest way to just, you know, if I need to get everything, move everything down a bit, just grab everything, copy, shift it down, paste. I should sort out my gestures. Just because I'm by myself doesn't mean I should go lax on the gestures. Let's buy a bunch of these as well. Have to resist the temptation to buy shit like that, which is not useful, I will never use, and don't want. The blood bite ring could be helpful, so could the poison bite ring, but you never have enough souls for that at this point. Guess I'll buy the blood bite ring, but then that's all my souls. I'd rather level up. Fuck it, I'm not buying anything. Shut up. I want to get rid of this hood so I can see my glorious hair, but also I want to be human when that happens, because this game doesn't have the same generosity about that that, say, 3 does. Also 2 to a lesser extent. I also need to... where am I going to go next? Capra Demon's next, isn't it? Let's go this way. I want to go and upgrade my flask. I could go straight back to the undead asylum, couldn't I? Except I'll get murdered by Black Knights. I'll do the Estus upgrade and level up a bit, and then...
Why, what a surprise. I didn't expect you to make it. Oh, somebody rang the bell. Wait, was it you? You never give up, do you? I don't know how you do it. Well, don't stop now. Only one more. But it's going to be suicide.
I like the way he says that. I'm curious, given that she can't speak, how that transaction goes down. How do I even know she can how do I even know she can upgrade my flasks?
Hello there. I have your reward. Please, accept it. I am grateful to you for freeing me.
Yeah, it's definitely not evil.
For you? Well, let's not be greedy now. By the Lords, your face. Your humanity is really slipping, but there are methods. Most fools have more humanity than they know what to do with. Now, who do you imagine will make the best use of it? Hmm?
I like the cheering I've got here. You all really want me to kill him. Honestly, I might leave him just so I get that fight later on. Which is kind of a pain in the ass, but also... See, that I would almost consider a mini boss alongside the Hellkite Drake. It won't go on the list, but...
You again. Our futures are murky. Let's not be too friendly now.
I'm going to kill you.
Our...
I could do it now, but I'm not going to. God, I'd like to go and get that Rite of Kindling as soon as possible. But it's just too much of a pain in the ass to go and do now. There's my 16 strength. Let's give myself a little more endurance. A little more vit. Oh, I don't have enough for a little more vit. Let's fix that, shall we? That was too much. Oh well. Now then, pike time. Let's see what the pike can do. Stab, stab. Stronger stab. That seems like that takes a little longer than the other strong one. This is a very long spear. By default, you can kindle a bonfire once. With the Rite of Kindling, you can kindle 3 times. Which means that instead of 5 or the 10 Estus you get from one kindling, you can get up to 20. Which is very helpful. But also, if I'm only doing one playthrough, it's probably not worth it, so... Alright, Rolly one is about the same. That's the running one. That's a much longer running one than the other spears. Doesn't really have a poke, it's just a charge. I wonder how much damage that does. It is helpful. This bonfire right here, by default, is kindled once. I think all the other ones with fire keeps as well. So the Daughter of Chaos one, that one that the lady at Enor Londo is standing next to. I think they're all kindled once by default, but all the other ones aren't. And jumpy attack. I might try the pike for a while. See how that goes. Because this seems right. I feel like I'm forgetting an item. Is there another item up here that I did not pick up? Oh, bombs. That's nice. Let's see, getting down there to the Capra Demon, this is probably as good a way to go as any. I should go on humanity up, but here we are. Oh, I should look at the damage numbers again as well. I nearly did the running charge to test it out, but this is probably the single worst place to try that out. I'm glad I didn't. Eventually that bonfire back there becomes the best way to get back down to the Capra Demon anyway. Even if it is a bit of a hike. What are the numbers? Let's look at the numbers. Also keeping an eye on the time. Okay, I've got, by the scaling, I've got a little more damage out of the pike. Oh, again, a bad place to do that. Just lock on, please. I've pressed the lock on button like 3 times. Anyway, I just need to get up there, then I go down. No. Down? Charge did hit multiple times, that's good. Oh, this is a bad scene. Shit. Bugger. There's no warping around in this one either, I can't just go up there. I didn't have that many souls, it's probably easy to go from the other direction in hindsight. But also I've only got 5 minutes left, so roughly. So I guess I will go to if I head straight out, go through the shrine. Oh yeah. Come over here. I have longer stabs than this bugger for once. Nice feeling. Pike actually makes these guys kind of useless. This is very long. Oh, that did not work at all. Okay, I don't know about that running attack. Seems maybe a little bit unreliable. I think Capra Demon may end up as somewhat low. Again, the area you fight it in is just garbage. But we'll see how I feel after I fight it in the stream. I think all I'll do is get down there, unlock that shortcut, and then go from here. I should probably go and get the bonfire first in that case. Oh shit. Would have been nice if I'd had this bonfire before. Also, I think there's some souls down here waiting for me. I might as well go and nab. If I need a short spear, I have those. Let's go and get this shortcut and then call it for now. We got 3 things on the list though. I'm quite happy with that. It'll probably slow down once we get into the meat of the game, especially as we're heading down towards Blacktown. Oh, we're at Dragon. Shit. I could probably still just run it, couldn't I? I had the right idea. Just don't do it again. I'll come back for that bugger. Just make sure these things don't nab me when I come back. Try not to fall to my death. And I think right here, this seems like a good spot as any to leave it. Alright, that was fun. I'm looking forward to doing this now. I mean, I already was, but now I'm still looking forward to doing it. So that's nice. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. I pressed Alt Tab out and it did that, so never mind. Yeah, I'll catch everyone next week, I suppose. Bye bye, y'all.